Ok, nice. Cool. Thế thì bây giờ em muốn phỏng vấn luôn bằng tiếng Anh hay là tiếng Việt?
Trên phỏng vấn bằng tiếng Anh được không ạ?
Ok, cool.
Ok.
Em muốn tiếng Anh. Đây là cái thứ nhất. Cái thứ hai là em đã có cái gì để em code chưa? Hay là em có cần em có muốn share màn hình không? Hay là anh share em cái này?
Và anh
À,
share
à,
cái
đây,
docs hoặc là cái gì
đây.
đấy.
Thử nha. Thử dùng cái interview của lead code này xem nào.
Vâng, ok.
Đó, các bạn đó.
Em đang vào rồi. Ok, rồi ạ.
Ok, thế thì bây giờ em share màn hình nhé.
Dạ, em share màn
Em có
hình.
thể em share mỗi cái phần lead code đấy thôi. Đấy.
Share. Em hơi nervous đấy ạ. Chưa
Ừ,
interview
không
lần.
sao, không sao. Anh sẽ cố móc cho em vào những cái best practice nhất mà bạn anh biết. Thì
Ok.
trước khi mình móc bằng tiếng Anh thì anh sẽ nói sơ qua một chút. Cái interview bao giờ 45 phút đến một tiếng, đúng không? 5 phút đầu
Dạ.
là kiểu người ta nói chuyện với em như này, get to know em, kiểu như thế thôi. Thì cái này mình cứ humble mình trả lời, sau đấy là đến bài code. Ok, thì hôm nay anh chuẩn bị cho em hai bài. Nếu mà em cảm thấy cái bài này em giải được rồi thì mình sang bài sau để xếp thời gian cho em. Ok.
Ờ, dạ. Thì có
Đấy.
introduce bình thường giống như interview này hay là
À, ok, thế thì
đúng?
mình bắt đầu nhá, bấm giờ nhá, 45 phút.
Và anh bấm giờ, em bấm giờ hay là
Anh
ở đây
bấm
không
giờ, yên
có?
tâm.
Ok.
Tại vì thường thường interviewer người ta sẽ bấm giờ và người ta có thể cho em thêm một vài phút rồi sau đó người ta stop em.
Dạ, ok, cool.
Right. Ok, nào bây giờ là 35 rồi. Ok, đây là Đức Minh nữa ạ. Đức Minh, nice. Okay, start. Okay, hi Minh, thank you a lot for your time today. So, let's have a quick introduction. Uh, it's for myself. My name is Harry. I'm working in airline in Singapore now as a senior software engineer. And before that, I've been working in TikTok for nearly 3 years and have experience in software engineering as well as the payment uh, industry for a while. Very nice to meet you today. How
Yep.
about you?
Yep. So my name is Ming. I'm working as a backend developer, backend engineering at Siemens, a startup in healthcare. And I've been working there for 6 years, and I'm really happy to be here and to be interviewing this position.
Okay, nice. So, before that, why don't you tell me about your a little bit about your past experience, like what, maybe your last project, what did you do and what did you achieve?
In my last project, like at Siemens right now, I'm working on the backend systems. We're developing microservices to
Mhm.
handle to check to double check the patient's record. So for example, if a nurse take a pictures of a pills, and our system is going to double check that if the pill is going to be the correct pill or not before administered to the patient. So those kind of pill like critical pill, so it's important so that the patient is correctly given the correct pill and the correct dosage. So I work on the backend system and in the Django's, and we have different services for that. Yeah.
Okay, it's nice. Okay, so let me introduce you to the interview format today. So today's a coding round, right? We will assess your, of course, coding skill, but beside that, we also want to assess your problem solving skill, your communication, and all we need to consider all the test cases, how you consider uh, the edge case and what and how fast you can solve the problem in terms of time and space complexity. Right?
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, you ready? I
Yeah.
give you one question first. All right. Say is let me paste this one to us. Okay. Okay. All right. You see? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the question. And before that, tell me if you have seen this before.
Yeah, I've seen it before, but it's a while ago. I couldn't read an
Uh,
exact, but it's something with the 2 pointers of wiki problem.
okay, then maybe you can read it first and tell me how you solve it. If you can solve it fast, then maybe I give you another question.
Yeah, okay, so I have an array stock price. You can buy stock and certain futures, return the list minimum day. You need to wait until you sell it with profits. Okay, so I have this test case, input stock price 1, 2, 3, 5, 4. First day you buy stock at 1 and you sell it with 2 profit. Okay. Okay. List of minimum day.
Hmm.
You need to wait until you sell it with profits. This is 1, 1, 0, 0. So basically you find the next day that it's greater than the node itself. So for example, if I have 1 here, I can try to
Hmm.
expand my dot process. So
Hmm.
you go to the next day, it's 2 because 2 is greater than 1. Then
Hmm.
you output 1 in the output. And
Hmm.
also with 2 and 5,
Hmm.
5 is greater than 2, so you have something 1 in the output. And with
Hmm.
4, because 4, if you buy at 5, then you cannot actually sell it higher. 4 is lower than 5, so you have to
Hmm.
output zeros, and the
Hmm.
last one is always 0.
Hmm. Yes,
So,
that's correct.
so I was thinking something okay, let me try. So in the brute force way, what you would do is you would loop when you get this first day. For example,
Hmm.
I fixed the first day, then going to
Hmm.
loop to the loop and find the next day that have the greater than 1,
Hmm.
and that will take O of n. And if I do 2 loop of that to fix all of the stop day, then it will be O of
Hmm.
n squared.
Hmm.
So that's the brute force approach.
Hmm.
And I'm thinking about how to get it better approach, how to
Hmm.
find the next stop day. So I
Hmm.
was thinking something using like pointers or stacks. So okay, so maybe how can I keep track of the notes of the next day so that it's uh let me think. Um, so for example, I'm trying to use a stack right now. I'm not sure if it is going to be a correct approach now. So I'm just trying, for example, for I'm going to do put 1 in the stack just to experiment how it's going to look like. 1 in the stack, then 2 in the stack. You can pop the day. So if you have increasing stack like this, I put 1 in the stacks, and when I put 2 and I see that 2 is greater than the top of the stack,
Hmm.
um, then I can return like the day that's the next day that's going to have like the next day it's going to have a higher price than the day that you bought it. So you
Hmm.
always buy profit like here. So I've put in uh the stock price and the index. So
Hmm.
stack will contain the first index will be the stock price,
Hmm.
and the second one is the index of the stock.
Hmm.
The second index of the stock.
Hmm.
So yeah, two, and you, for example, if you get 2 here, then you um pop the top of the stack, and you have a rest variable to store the result. So when you
Hmm.
pop on the stack and you're going to push the result, which is the index of the 2 day minus the index of the first one is 1 minus 0 is 1.
Hmm.
Yeah. And at the end you have to put 0 because at the end is always 0.
Hmm.
And also, there might be the case, for example, if I have 5 here and 4 here,
Hmm.
then that means there's something on the stack. So when it's something on
Hmm.
the stack, at the end, you already pop it out and put O0 at the end.
Hmm.
So that's one of the way I'm thinking. It's, yeah, so How do you think about how do you think about it?
Yeah. So this one I think is a working solution. So can you tell me what is the time and space complexity?
So the time complexity it's of n because the stack you use the stack and you only get to see put and pop element into the stack only one times.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be O of n.
Mm-hmm.
And the space complexity because you have to put in the stack, so it's going to be O of n as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's O of n in both time and space, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, cool. So can you have a quick implementation of this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Also I'm thinking, should I actually like think about the way to actually optimize it because it might be the case that it can be O of one. I'm just not it's like
Yes, yes.
can it improve into O
This
of
is the
one?
case. Yes. So, okay, let's say you want to optimize it, then uh, which one you want to optimize? Is it space optimization or time optimization?
Yeah, we definitely have to go to the space optimization because we have to canvas the element and it have to be O of n ham.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you can do less than that. So I'm thinking about keeping track of some variable that you can do O of one in space without using a stack.
Mm-hmm.
So so what is the yeah, so I'm trying to think about to store like a variable to store something to actually keep track of the, the data that you have. So something like that. Let me just think.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, so you have just give an example here. So 1, 2, 5, 4, and I'm just thinking which variable should I add? For example, in this case, 1, 2 here it's already you don't actually need a variable anymore because you see 2 is already greater than 1, and you
Mm-hmm.
just output 1 in the result. I mean, rest is equal to 1, and also with 2, and you see 5 here, so it's 1. But the problem raised when you have like 5 and 4 here.
Mm-hmm.
So so you don't know that uh the last what is the so okay. Let me start back again. So we have 1, we have put 1 because 2 is already there,
Mm-hmm.
and we go into next one, we go to 2, and we see 5 is already in 2, then we put 1 in the result, and
Mm-hmm.
we see 4 here, and you see that 5 is not greater than 4. 5 is
Mm-hmm.
greater than 4, but 4 is not greater than 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to output 0, but there might be the case that for example, if I add a case with a 6 here, then
Mm-hmm.
it can be that it have to wait for um 2 days.
Two. Yes.
So I was thinking I can keep track of the current max variable
Mm-hmm.
and the index of it. So if I do like 5 here and yeah, I'm trying to think 5 and keep track of current max will be 5 and the index will be 0, 1, 2. And 4 here you cannot see any 4 here. Yeah, so you can just skip 4 and 6. You see 6 is greater than 5 here, and you just um minus the current max and minus the index, and you get the results. So does that make sense for you? Or
But the curve max, how do you keep track of it?
the current max is the current max variable that you are in the loop right now. So for example, 1, after you
Mm-hmm.
move so you're checking um the second index, you start the second index, you see 2 is greater than 1, since current
Mm-hmm.
max now is 1,
Mm-hmm.
and 5, current max now is 2,
Mm-hmm.
4, now current max is 5, and when you get 6, 4 now, because the 4 is more, it's not greater than the current max, so its output, the day will be less, I guess. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and actually I'm confused with myself, sorry. Can you?
Mm. Okay, one hint for you, like instead of instead of seeing it from left to right, now can we approach it from from right to the left, from the right to the left? See if we can derive something from the right to the left.
From the right to the left, then you want to
Mm.
see the Okay, so let me check from the right to the left.
Uh-huh.
In this example, let's just give an example here. Oh, no,
Just allow it. Just allow. Allow it so that you can paste.
allow. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, allow.
Okay, from the right to the left.
Mm-hmm.
So four, this so it's zero because you cannot see anything on the left.
Mm-hmm.
And five, you see the first thing on the left here is two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, two, the first thing on the left, it's one. So basically, the problem is it's not the same because you want to find the last element, the first element to the left that is smaller than what you have. And so what you have current marks right now is the element that you are traversing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I think that would work.
Yeah, so if you look from the right to the left, then how do you derive the results?
So okay, so for example, I have current marks now. I'm looking at 4 right now because there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing over here. So current mark is 4. Current mark is 4. I've given an index as well for 0, 1, 2, 3. And giving a tuple for now. Then I move to 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then the current marks now 5, it's greater than 4. Um so 5 cannot work because all the elements to the right are smaller than 5. So you put 0 in the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So you put 0 in the rest. So we have to put 4 in the rest as well because 4 is always at the end is always empty. And
Mm-hmm.
so now you took 2 as well.
Mm-hmm.
So current max is now so you went to move to 5 already. I forgot to update the current max. So 5 and the index is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then the current max is now this is 2 is smaller than the current max, so you can minus the index of 2 to the 5 here. So which is
Mm-hmm.
1. You put 1
Mm-hmm.
inside. And so current max is now 5, but somehow you have to so current max is now 2, I guess, and 1.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem now is that, for example, 1 here is it's it's not greater than 2. It's for example, we have something like 3, I'm thinking so 3, 4 here. So if you
Mm-hmm.
update this current max to 4, then we cannot compare 3 to 4 anymore. So I was
Okay.
thinking that's why we just have to use a stack, but I'm not sure I'm missing anything.
Maybe we go back to the example first, right? It's a
Yeah,
1, 2, 5, 5, 4. So in line 17, can you change this back first?
this one,
Right?
right? One, two,
Yes,
five, four.
yes.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, 1, 2, 5, 4. We
Yeah.
let me spend first. Okay, so now the results, right? The results. What is the results of element 4? How many
The
day? Now we see from the right to the left, right? How many day we need to wait
a zero
for the
day because
price of
this.
4? Okay, it's 0.
Yeah,
Now you move back. Okay, then let's put it 0 there,
yeah. Let me put
right?
0. Let me
Right.
get stuff over here. So right click,
Okay.
like
Okay,
zero,
then that is
zero.
0, right? Then
Okay.
now you are assessing number 5,
Yeah.
right? So number 5, now you see how many days you need to wait.
How many days I have to wait? I have to wait
Uh,
0 day. No, we have
1.
to because there's no to the right of 5. There's no elements that greater than 5.
How do you know that? How do you know on the right of 5, there's no more element bigger than 5?
Um, how do I know that?
Mm.
So last time I used a stack, but
Mm. Can you use number 0? You see 4 and points to 0.
yeah.
So can you use that information to tell that 5 is also 0?
Oh, so we can maybe store like the max of the like.
No, 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 no.
Okay,
Don't say about the math.
okay, sorry.
Okay, now 4 is always 0, right? Because it's the end of the array.
That's correct.
Right. Now you are at 5, right?
Yeah.
Right. So 5, and you look at to the right. What do you see? What is the right of 5?
It's for.
Right. And what the for say?
The for say it's the last day of the stock. For is
No,
smaller than
in line 18, what they say?
18. 0.
Mm. 0 mean what?
There's nothing greater than 4.
Yes.
So that
So
means
it
that if it's smaller than 4, then that means there's nothing. Yeah, if in this situation, you can actually say that when you compare with 4 and you see that
uh,
5 here and it's 0, then there's because nothing on the right is greater than 4,
mm,
and you
mm,
can deduce that nothing greater on the right of
mm,
5, because 5
mm,
is greater than 4, then nothing is on the greater than 5 to the right. It's
mm.
doesn't exist because we already in the 4 thing. Let's say it already that.
Yeah. So what can you say with the 5?
So it says 0.
Yes. Because when you look to the right, you say there's nothing bigger than 4 on the right. So of course there's nothing bigger than 5 in the right too, right? So which means 5, you don't have any.
Yep, that's correct. I
Right.
completely
So
understand.
5, okay. So 5 now is 0. So now you move to the, let's put it 0 there, right?
Okay, I understand now. Yeah.
Right. Then now number 2.
So
What
it's
do
going to
you
be
say?
1.
Why?
Because 5 is greater than 2. Can you already see that?
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Then
I get the pattern
then
now, I guess. Okay, so this is going to be also the same. 2 is greater than 1, so it's going to be 1.
okay. So you see the pattern, right?
Yeah.
Can you take the test case number 2 and see if that pattern actually work for you or not?
Okay, let me try to do this real quick. Uh, do this one. Um, okay, so I start at the end first. So now 6 actually 0, right? So 5, you already see that 5 is greater than 6, so it's going to be 1. 6 is greater than 5, so it has to be 1 in this case of 5. And with the 4 thing, and this is also 1 because 5 is greater than 1. Using that logic again, and also with 2 as well, 4 is greater than 2, so it has to be 1. And with 4, okay, so this is what we have to use our pattern now. So 4, so 2 is smaller than 4. So but you think that so when you look at this position, you see that uh there might be a number that greater than 2.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to compare with that numbers to
Mm-hmm.
see whether 4 is greater than that number that greater than
Mm-hmm.
2 that it's specifying or not. So it's
Mm-hmm.
that something with the marks thing I'm
Mm-hmm.
mentioning about. So instead of 1 here, we might store like a numbers that's we might store a number that greater than
Do we
um
need to store that number? Can we, based on that, right? Based on that number, we derive what is that number we want to compare.
um I I don't think so because I was thinking because if you have with the same structures over here with all
Mm-hmm.
the no sorry. So I'm thinking maybe because you know that 4 and 2 is smaller than 4. So we say
Okay.
that 2 cannot be the next day, but there might
Yes.
be some day on the right that it's greater than 4, and you don't know exactly
And
which day.
okay. And what is that day? Can you use that number to calculate that day instead of storing anything else?
That day is 5.
Yeah, no, no, no.
Yeah.
You see in line 21,
Okay, 21. Yeah.
2, 2.21, right? What they say, what it mean?
Which one did you mention about 2.21? What is that?
Line 21, line
Okay,
21, right?
I'm in this line. Yeah.
Yes, it's saying that at at the price 2, right? You need to wait 1 day in order to get a profit. What does it mean?
Oh, it's going to be 4. Yes, that's true. It's going to be 4.
Right?
Yeah.
And at that point
So you need one more
is
day.
again 1, right?
One more day.
Right. You see the pattern?
Yeah. So you have,
Actually, line 21 tell you something that you can calculate it. You don't need to solve, right? Based on
yeah,
line 21.
that's
So,
correct.
okay.
But there's
So
still one
now,
problem. There's one still problem though, because for example, you have 2 right here. So you have 4
mhm,
right here. So you say
mhm,
that, okay, you say that 2 is smaller. So you go to the index of, you move to the 1 index because 4.
mhm.
but
Mm-hmm.
somehow you still have to traverse the array, right? Wait, you have to do like you have to go from two, you check the index
Mm-hmm.
one and you plus one to get to four.
Mm-hmm.
And it might
Mm-hmm.
be the case that, for example, this case you don't make profits. So you have to go
Mm-hmm.
another day, which is one and five.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's actually affect the runtime of it. I think
What
it's
is a what is the time complexity in this case? Okay, maybe we derive first, and then you can analyze the runtime complexity of it.
okay, okay.
But let finish like 21 first.
Okay, sure. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. Sorry, I just nervous a bit. So this one is going to be 4, 2. So 4 here is up to 2. So 2 is up to 4 again. Uh, 4 has one. 4 is not greater smaller than 4. So then you have to look to 5. 5, it's this one. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
minus the index of 5 to this one. So
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be 1, 2, 3. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And the
So
last one, yeah.
yeah,
uh,
what is
The,
the last one?
the last one is the same. So you have 4. So you have to look into index 3, 4. After index 4, they have to look into plus 2 index, which is index 5.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 is not smaller than 5.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to look to the next index of 5, which is 1. So you have to look to
Mm-hmm.
6.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be
Okay.
6, and 6, it's 6, the index of 6 minus 5, it's 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Mm. So what do you think? What the what the time complexity of this one?
So so first you have a for loop to fall to the back from 6,
Okay.
5, 4, 2, 1. It's O of n.
Mm.
And when you have to compare, the next element in the next, for example, 4 here, you have to compare with 2, and you move the index of 2 to 1, 1.
Mm-hmm.
In the worst case, you have to loop like 2, 4 here. You have to loop to all the spaces over here, like
Mm-hmm.
2, 4, 5, 6, and
Mm-hmm.
it might be O of n. But when I see 5 here, when you compare with 4, you don't have to go to all the spaces like 4 did, and you just move from 4 to actually 5 here already. 3 index of 5 plus 3 already you get to
Okay.
the 5. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure exact complexity, how to analyze exact complexity over there. Um, it can be O of n squared, it can be O of n. I'm not sure between that.
Okay.
Uh,
This one actually tricky, but in this case, what is the amortization? Can you guess?
O of n.
Okay.
That's just my guess,
Okay.
but I'm pretty confident it's O of n, but I'm not sure exactly why. But
Mm-hmm. Okay. One hint we can maybe we just do the implementation first, and we go back to the time complexity later.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, sure.
This is a
Uh,
jumping algorithm, and it's quite tricky to analyze the true complexity. It doesn't call jumping, right? We call
what?
like cell stop or something, right?
Okay. So what?
That yeah.
I call its function 5 stop, 5 next stop. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I think
could
that's good.
be, yeah.
So it's going to return a list. So let me check. This and it's like a list in as well. So it's going to be right. Yeah. So for the for loop, for I in range, let me do n. It's equal to the stock price, the size of the stock price arise, then stock price. For I in range and you start from n minus 1. So it's minus 1, minus 1. You go from the back. Um, so we have a rest array to store the result, and you return rest at the end. You put rest over here, and at first you have to travel to ref, and the over the ref one is always 0, so I will put 0. Rest it's going to be 0 first, and when it travels back, and -1. So okay, so I think actually have to be n-2 because I don't need to compare the first one anymore. So I have a condition um if the last element, if the stock price of I is greater than stock price of I-1, then this already uh no, I have to travel from n-1, so 6 compared to 5. And if stock price of I is greater than stock price of 1, then this means that it's actually already a good result. So append 1, because the difference is 1. For example, in the 5 and 6 here, and 6 is greater than 5, and the output of input of position I is 1. So just like that. And if it's not the case, then you have to loop to the next element that uh loop to the next element is greater than the I-1. So you have to do y, have to do y something with, so I'm checking, let me do y minus the price of ice. It have to be greater than the price of I-1. Plus I want to plus uh I have to plus the index of that position. So it will be so in order to be easy to plus the index over here, I'm going to make the rest to be an array with O0 first. And
Mm.
so normally in this one I append it to the back and reverse it, but right now I'm going to just initialize to len multiplied by n
Mm.
and have it correctly already. So instead of append 1, I just
N
rest.
N is the length of stock price, right? So
Oh yeah,
that like
that's
25,
correct.
you don't need like.
So rest of I, it's rest of I-1 is equal uh to 1 if the price of, so this one is the case, and I'm going to do stock price of I plus something, I plus uh, the index of that one, rest I minus rest I. Um, so if stock price of 1 plus rest I is greater than stock price of I-1, that has to be a while loop. Are you following right now, or?
Yeah, I'm following you.
Okay, sorry if it messed anything up. So I'm going to rest I-1 is equal to square stock price of I minus, okay, so uh rest-1 is equal to the index of that one, I plus I-1 minus I-1. Okay, so I have to do y. So for example, in this case, when you look to 4, you first when you look at 5, you look to the next one is 4, and 4, there's 3 over here. you have to move 3 to move to 5 over here.
Mm.
So it have to be something a while loop, while true, I guess while true for now. And I have to update the I index because okay, I plus first I. So first you just compare with 4 and you plus 5 here and you get to 5 here. But so I have variable to store the 10, to store like the increments. So for example, the first increment is actually res I. So 10 plus equal to res I, but 10 is equal to res I. So 10. So now I have to increase the 10 here with the result that we have if it's still smaller. So 10 plus stock price rest of rest of temp. Yeah, something like this, I guess. Mess up. So I might go over my thought process again, how it's worked. So for example, we have temp is equal to res I. So 5 it's greater than 5 is greater than 4, which is not true. So we go to the else statement, and now temp it's equal to res I, which is 4. Oh no, then I missed the base case because if I get to 5 here, then it shouldn't end at 0, but it should be end at it shouldn't end at -1, but it should be end at 0. So you can do -1 over there. Um 10 is equal to res I, 10 is equal to res 10. Um, the index of it. So 10 it's the
What is time?
yeah, so I think 10 it's the index that you have to increment.
Yes, so better that you name like the next index or like
Yeah.
the chum index or the target index, right? Then you don't get
Index.
confused, right? Okay,
Yeah.
next target index, right? Now it's much more clear, right? Okay,
So maybe target index.
okay. In line 32, you still have one time. Okay, that's
Yeah. So right now I have to target index plus equal to res
okay.
of the old target index.
Right, correct.
So now it shows that if the subprice of this one
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
greater than the subprice of the I minus one, which is we are comparing right now,
Mm-hmm.
then you have the res I minus one is equal to the target index minus I minus one.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you exist the y.
Oh yeah, sorry. Forgot. So it's gonna be y the target index um it's going to be greater than n, with or equal than n. Or you have this condition actually held. We already found a stop the greater next index, so you break here.
Mm.
No, this is have to be smallest, right? Smaller than n.
Okay.
Yeah. So how do
Right.
you think about it?
Let's run one example. Can you run that?
Okay. You know how
Yeah,
can
just right.
I just do
Just
left
yeah,
just do find next
just say
tags.
yes and print it out, right?
Yes, I can
Just
do that.
and comment out from line 1 to line 12.
1 to 12.
You
Uh,
want to, yeah, you need to comment that out, right? Comment
oh
the
yeah, true.
questions. Yeah.
That's true. I forgot. So I just print this
Right.
out.
Yes, print it out and see if it's correct or not. Yeah, run the code and see. Okay, line 26.
Let's see what is wrong with that.
Right. The syntax is wrong. What is wrong? You see the equal sign there?
Yeah. Equal sign for 26 here. For I
Yeah.
in range n minus 1, 0 minus 1. Where's the equal sign?
That
Uh,
is not minus, that is equal one.
okay, sorry. I cannot see. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. True.
Uh, okay.
Target
Target
index
index.
in
Target
line
index.
21, 20, 31. Okay, so I should be target index here. Yeah, I changed this one to index.
Running your code. And this would be infinity loop. Right?
Yeah. So it will be infinity loop. So definitely gonna be with the while loop over here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how. Oh, it's get something, but no N and A. So that means it's
Yeah.
overtime. Um. So what could be wrong with here? So let me try to let me think. Target index is for the rest I. Rest target
What
index.
happened if if line 32 the rest of target index is 0
Rest of target index is 0.
and the right if the rest of target index is 0 the target index never change. So line 33 never change. So you will never enter the break
But it's gonna be 0, right? Because I do target index
at rest I.
rest I.
And the first element of rest I is the last one is 0, right? In line 25,
Yeah.
you set it all 0. Right.
Can you say that again? I'm confused. So you have
Okay.
target. Okay. Yeah, I think it's okay.
Now
I'm
see
done.
now see the line 36, right? 39. The
39.
first
Okay.
right. So you look from the right to the left, right?
Yeah.
So now I equal to 5. I equal to 5, which means it's point to number 6.
But it's gonna be equal to 5, right? It's because I loop only to 0.
Yeah,
It's
but what is the first value of I is number 5. I
oh
mean the
yeah.
index I equal to 5, right?
Yeah.
Because n equal to 6. N is the length of the stock price and n equal to 6. So the first element you access is index number 5. And index number 5 point to number 6.
Yes.
And then what happened? What happened at 6? Look at your code. What happened at 6?
What happened at 6?
Hmm.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If
Okay.
it's 6, then it's gonna do if target index is 6, then that's what you mean,
It's go
right?
to line it's go to line 28, right?
98. Okay.
Right. So now you have what the results now? What is 1? Right?
Results of 5 is
1,
1.
1. Then you go to 4. Results is 1. 2. Results is 1. Now 4.
4.
Uh,
So
4. Okay. No, you go to 1. Sorry, you go to 2.
you go to
The problem
2.
now you go
Yeah.
to
I go
2
to 2. So
and it hit like 30, right?
30. Yeah.
And rest of I is 1. Target index is 1. Target index plus is 2.
Yeah, what is wrong here? Which is if it's 2. So if you look at 4 here, then the target index is going to be um rest I is going to be 2, I guess. The target index is 0, 1, 2. If it is 2. No, This is not wrong because target index is not equal to res I. This have to be res I plus I.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can run again.
Still inside the void. Okay. 53111 Yes, that's look correct. How about the first one? How about the first? Uh, yeah, just comment that out. Right? Comment the line 39, right? And
Yeah.
this is there.
Yeah.
Okay, then run the code. See is correct or not.
Let's finger cross. Oh, this one.
Okay.
Which one? Okay, this one.
Uh,
Yeah, doesn't seem to break.
mm.
So what is wrong there? So let me run to the code. So we have false or zero. So
Mm.
4 is smaller than 5. So 5 have to be, you go to this thing.
Mm.
Target
Yes.
index is going to be index of 4 plus I, which is always index of 4 because 4 is 0, it's already 0 over here.
Mm.
So I think that's why it's just loop infinitely.
Mm. So how do you solve it? You miss one case. You miss one case in the while loop.
I missed one what?
You miss
Um,
one case in the while loop, right?
and I is not 0.
I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Why
Which
this
one?
one never end?
I think this one never end because so this one never end because when you look at 5 over here, so
Mm-hmm.
so what you do is uh, the target index is going to be the res I plus I, which is 0 plus the index of 4, which is always n minus 1. So this is loop a lot, like so so you so you have so you add 5, right? You add 5,
Uh-huh.
and the target index of that will be rest of I plus I. So rest of I is actually the far one, and the rest of I is 0, and 0 plus I is
If we
um
are at five, then we will hit line 27, right? And line 28.
yeah.
So
Okay, maybe
yeah, then now you're at two. You are at two.
maybe can I do an if like this? Um, so I want to check if the stock price already smaller than equal to price I minus 1, but but the um but the result of that, there's no greater than element than I minus 1 than I. So that means the result's always 0, and we don't have to go to any next index anymore.
Okay, now I think wait, let go a little bit back. Now let's say you're at four first. What happened?
I'm at 4
Yes, yes, four, right? The first element you access is four. And if you're at four, which line do you hit?
at 4, then
Right,
this
not
one,
that. Not that, right?
yeah,
Four
this
is
one.
not,
So it's going to skip
no,
this one. So it's going to go to this one.
yes. And what is the target index?
Yeah, target index now it's going to be index of 4,
Right, which mean three, right?
which is n minus 1, which is 3.
Yes. And
So
then it's go
and
to the while.
it's never stop.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So I was thinking to add a condition over here just when it's the index is 0.
Mm.
So the because when you compare 5 and 4 and the rest of index of 4 is already 0, then you already append into the rest to the 0 part. What do you think about it?
Mm.
So I was thinking something like this. If so just add another else if here, else if else if the rest of I is equal to 0, then you continue because it's always 0.
Mm-hmm.
So that will solve the for problem.
Okay, let's try. Oh, yes. Okay,
So let me
nice.
run this one as well.
Run both of them, right?
Yeah. So
Okay, cool. Right, right, right. Very nice. Okay, we a little bit ahead of time, but we still have one problem to solve. The complexity, time complexity. What do you think?
time complexities.
Yeah. We haven't solved that problem, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I give you around 2 more minutes to see if you can think of how to prove it equal to ON.
Okay, I think I know how to use it now.
Mm-hmm.
So
So,
so how is that? Is that it's going to be first you have to do for loop over here,
mm-hmm.
and this in the best case you already get the two of the if statement,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't matter, it's of one. And in
Mm-hmm.
this while loop over here, what you do is you're going to loop to the next square index elements, and you're
Mm-hmm.
going to do that only one time. So basically, every element at most you're going to traverse is two times. So you have a two one of this one. So basically, in the next while loop, if you get into while
Mm-hmm.
loop, the next element you
Mm-hmm.
never get to the 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 element that you already did in the previous while loop.
Okay. And why you never get into that one again?
Okay, why? So you look at an example. So in this one, for example, when you look at for,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and you know the next index will be 3,
Mm-hmm.
so that you already loop to everything that's smaller than 4 over here. So you get to
Mm-hmm.
5. The next time you get to the 5, you don't actually
Mm-hmm.
have to look to the 4 anymore, and you just need to use
Mm-hmm.
that while loop that you did that
Mm-hmm.
previously in the 4. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
you only go to the while loop only touch element only one time.
Yes, that's correct. So inside the while loop, actually, when you jump to that position, you won't be able to jump to that position again
Yeah, that's
unless it's a final target.
yeah,
Otherwise, if it's just an intermediate jump, then it's only hit one. That's why this while loop, if you aggregate it together, then it's become ON for the whole, right?
yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, okay, it's cool. All right, so right, maybe for the last 5 minutes, maybe we keep it short, 2 minutes because we're over time.
Yeah.
Any question that you want to ask? Right. Anything about the company, etc. Yeah, maybe 2 minutes.
Yep. So how it's like working in the company there, and what is the most joy that you get from the company?
Okay. I cannot say for the whole for everyone, but I can talk about my team. So I think we have a good engineering culture, and here everyone is very nice and have enough autonomy. So everyone work autonomously to develop and deliver their feature. But when we need help, then we can always get to each other and then call for help. And the culture of collaboration here is good. In the tech stack, and yes, we also catch up with many like latest technologies. Uh, and then we have a lot of things to do. We also have hands-on in message skill, in workflow, etc. And generally, the most thing that I feel joy here is I must say the feeling of autonomy and delegation that I have all the delegation from the team and from the manager that to decide as long as the ticket is under my name, then I have the full right to decide what to do and defend it in front of the team, and that make me have the ownership of it. Yeah.
Yep. I think that's perfect too. really
Uh,
yeah,
okay, cool. So I think we can end it here and thank Minh for coming to the interview today. Đấy.
yeah. Thank you.
Ok, thế thì
Yeah.
bây giờ nhá, ok anh dành khoảng 3 phút nữa feedback lại cho em một tí. Ok,
Dạ.
rồi. Thế thì cái vấn đề này như hồi nãy anh nói cái bài này hơi tricky nhưng mà cuối cùng thì em cũng analyze được cái vấn đề jumping này ấy. Người ta nhìn ra thì bao giờ cũng là bình phương nhưng mà thường khi mà đi mà gặp mấy cái bài jumping này ấy, thì mình phải nghĩ ngay là cái jump ấy thường là một vòng loop như em nhìn thấy đúng không, một vòng loop thì nó tưởng là n bình phương nhưng thực ra cộng lại ấy, thì nó không phải n bình phương, nó là n.
Dạ.
Đấy, thì đây là cái point mà em đã nhìn ra được sau khi em code. Ok, cái thứ hai thì debugging ấy. Em có thể search một tí rồi debugging bằng tay thì nó sẽ giúp em debug nhanh hơn cái
Dạ.
chỗ này một tí. Cái này thì em code nhiều thì sẽ quen thôi nhưng mà generally thì code khá là ok, code clean. Về phần cái câu hỏi cuối ấy, thường người ta nếu mà em đã exit time rồi mà người ta thấy là em sắp ra rồi, người ta thường sẽ cho em khoảng 3 đến 5 phút. Ví dụ là
Dạ.
cái interview của em là 45 thì người ta sẽ cho thêm 5 phút là khoảng 50, thì sau đấy người ta sẽ cho em 2 phút. Còn nếu mà em đã giải xong bài này sớm, ví dụ 45 phút mà em giải bài này trong vòng 40 phút rồi còn 5 phút thì người ta sẽ cho em cả 5 phút, người ta em hỏi thì cái này thì đơn giản là tùy theo bao nhiêu phút em có mà em hỏi. Nếu còn 2 phút thì em hỏi một câu, mà 5 phút em hỏi 2 đến 3 câu. Thì những cái câu mà em hỏi ấy, thì trong cái vòng code này này là cái câu hỏi của em nó ok. Đấy, hỏi là culture với các kiểu, đấy là một cái hay. Cái thứ hai em nên hỏi về tech stack, là
Dạ.
bạn làm team gì, mày có kiểu which team are you in, can you describe what you do and what your team are doing and what the value the team is adding to the company, kiểu như thế. Chứ chỗ
Dạ.
này em nhiều bạn thì hỏi là feedback về code. Ok, nếu mà em code đẹp rồi cũng không cần phải feedback trừ khi em code quá xấu, nhưng
Dạ.
mà thường feedback về code này cũng chả cần, tại vì interviewer người ta cũng không, người ta chỉ feedback lại cho HR thôi. Cái thứ
Dạ.
hai là nhiều bạn cũng hỏi là khi nào tao biết rồi next when can I get the results ấy.
Ồ,
Cái đấy thì interviewer người ta không trả lời
dạ.
được mà là do
Dạ.
HR với manager. Đấy thì những câu đấy thì nên tránh ra. Đấy, thì
Dạ.
chỉ hỏi là tech stack, hỏi là team mày làm cái gì, engineering culture ra sao đấy, rồi cái added value là cái gì.
Dạ.
Mày có cảm thấy challenging với cái business đấy không. Đấy là những cái mà ghi điểm mà chỉ tập trung, bởi vì cái thằng interview round này ấy, nó không phải hiring manager, nó cũng chả
Dạ.
phải
Đúng rồi.
HR, nên đừng đừng hỏi những cái câu mà liên quan đến hiring manager với HR, nó phí thời
Dạ.
gian và cũng không được đánh giá cao. Ok,
Đúng đấy. Ok ạ.
rồi.
Dạ.
Thế thì chúc em ôn luyện tốt, nhớ là luyện tập mấy cái này, dễ gặp những cái trường hợp này lắm, nên là
Dạ.
mình còn 1 tháng nữa thì all the best. Nếu mà cần
Dạ.
giúp gì negotiate hay là deal lương hay là các bước step by step vòng tiếp theo prepare những cái gì thì ok có thể nhắn về. Bọn anh có thể support.
Dạ. Ok ạ, em cảm ơn anh nhiều. Dạ.
Ok
Hẹn gặp
thế
anh.
nhá.
Dạ.
Chúc em một ngày chủ nhật vui
Ok
vẻ.
ạ.
Bye bye
Dạ,
em.
em cảm ơn anh nhiều. Bye bye.